Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, today again with me in our course ICT in ELT. Our today discussion will be about the concept of ICT in education, and then also we discuss about some terms of ICT in education, as well as the benefits of ICT in education, and then the last one. You will also learn about or understand about the difficulties of ICT from the school level barriers and then the teachers level barriers. Okay, my students, let's see this video carefully. Okay, we start from the meaning of ICT. What does the ICT stand for? As you know, ICT stands for Information and Communication Technology. It means that it refers to the technologies and then could provide the access to information through telecommunication. It is also similar to what we understand about information technology or IT, but focuses primarily on communication technologies. This includes the internet, wireless network, cell phones, and other communication mediums. And according to UNESCO, ICT is a scientific, technological, and engineering discipline and management technique used in handling information. Its application and association with social, economic, and cultural matters. Okay, now we move to some other terms dealing with the ICT in operational concept. Okay, there are at least 4 terms that I would like to deliver to you. The first one is e-learning. What is e-learning? E-learning is a learning program that makes use of an information network, such as the internet, an intranet, or extranet, whether wholly or in parts. For course delivery, interaction, and or facilitation. Okay. Another one is about what we call blended learning. What is it? It is about learning models that combines the face-to-face interaction or classroom practice with e-learning solution. For example, a teacher may facilitate students learning in class context and uses the model what we call Moodle. It could be said as a modular object-oriented dynamic learning environment to facilitate out of the class learning. Okay, the third one is dealing with what we call constructivism. What is it? It is a paradigm of learning that assumes learning as a process individuals or construct meaning or new knowledge based on their prior knowledge and experiences. And then the fourth one is dealing with the learner-centered learning environment. It is about a learning environment that pay attention to knowledge, skills, attitudes, and beliefs that learners bring with them to learning process, where its impetus is delivered from a paradigm of learning called constructivism. In the context of this term, it means that students' personal engagement to the learning tasks using the computer and or the internet connection. And then the next one I would like to share to you is about the benefits of ICT. Okay, it means that after we understand about the ICT and then some terms of ICT in education, now we go to what we call the benefits of ICT. Okay, the first one, ICT can provide a considerable benefit in supporting learning. By using technology in their learning, the students can be active learners. They will be aware of what information they need, why they need it, and how they can get that information. Secondly, ICT also can provide a way for dynamic and collaborative learning. By using internet, our learning is not limited to the school hours. Demographically, where we are and who our teachers are. We can access internet anytime and anywhere. The next one is the most important learning aspect in collaborative learning that we want to achieve using ICT is interactivity and communication. The fourth one, ICT can improve children's literacy, as mentioned by Idonis. The effective use of ICT can upgrade the students' literacy and numeracy. And then the last benefit of ICT is the use of ICT not only can support the cognitive development of the students, but also increase their motivation to learn and their interaction in learning. Okay, the next one I would like to share is about how to make the use of ICT in education more effective. There are at least 4 things that we need to consider. Number 1 is the school culture. Number 2, the school of the leaders or the principals. The third one is the school integrity or ethical issue. And then the fourth one is the school management system. Okay, let's discuss one by one. Okay, I start with the school's culture. As you know, many schools are rejecting the implementation of ICT. Why? Because there is a mismatch between the school's culture and the introduced software or hardware. Therefore, before introducing the new ICT in particular schools, we have to understand the school's culture. More importantly, we have to understand the intended value which the schools want to transmit to their students. The school's community will reject the coming of the new technology if the introduced technology is not congruent with the school's value. Okay, the next one is about the support of the leaders. This is, I think, we need to consider. You know, the leaders have power to influence the teachers and other staff to accept or refuse a certain technology. One who can empower and influence them is the school's leaders or principal. Thus, getting the leaders or principals' agreement is very vital or very important. The principals are expected not only to support the implementation of ICT but also to lead their followers in accepting, in learning, and in implementing it in their schools. Okay, the third consideration to make the use of ICT more effective is about the ethical issue. Okay, the ethical issue relating to the use of ICT is also very important. Schools are regarded as the place to grow moral integrity. The proposed ICT will be clearly rejected if the schools regard that ICT will endanger the school's integrity. For example, internet access will open up an opportunity for the schools to plagiarize or download pornographic sites. So, before deciding to allow the students to use internet, for instance, the school's leaders should formulate the ethical code of using internet and computers, including prohibiting the use of computers to endanger others or spreading untrue information. Okay, the last one is that the ICT implementation should also be supported by good coordination and management school system on the ICT application. Those are covering clear job specialization on who will be responsible to help teachers in class, monitor the progress of ICT in schools, or conduct ICT training. This aspect is very important since many schools are reluctant to use technology in class. Why? Because they frequently do not get immediate help when they stuck with computers in class. Okay, this is the last part I would like to tell you to discuss. It is about the difficulties of implementing ICT in class. I would like to divide two things from the school level barriers and the teachers level barriers. Okay, I'll start with the school level barriers. There are at least 4 things in the school level barriers. Number 1 is insufficient time. Secondly, insufficient access to technological resources. The third one is insufficient effective training, and then the last one is problems in its technical operation. What about the side of the teacher level barriers? Okay, there are at least 5 ideas dealing with the teachers level barriers. Number 1 is the insufficient time, such as the overload work of the teacher. Secondly, has little confidence. The third one is about the technological refusal due to negative perception. The next one could be they do not believe on the potential benefits of the ICT, and then the last one could be insufficient personal access to technological resources. Okay, I think that's all the video you could see, and I hope that you could enjoy learning about ICT. And please practice because by practicing you could have more skills, more knowledge, and then you can implement the ICT in your learning. Have a nice day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.